Hello and welcome to another video, and today we're looking at the Battletech Backer Beta. We're going to go through everything that the current beta can do, as well as my thoughts about how it's shaping up so far with this first playable iteration of the game. So unfortunately, they weren't able to get the multiplayer online for this beta session. However, we hope that that comes out soon, because I'd love to challenge some other YouTubers and members of the community to 1v1s on stream. And so they haven't got the multiplayer, they haven't got the mech labs, we can only use stock designs, but that doesn't get in the way of doing 1v1 skirmishes versus an AI controlled lance. So we click here in single player, and that is our options. We have the ability to take 4 mechs versus 4 mechs. And there's several different things we can change in here to modify how the game will play out. First thing here would be the value budget for your lance. And you've got 3 different settings: Clash at 15 million, Battle at 20 million, and War at 25 million. So if we select War, we see that everything moves up. Instead of lights and mediums, we now have assault mechs, and we can take in more firepower and have a heavier hitting battle. We have 5 different maps, and each map has its own different mood settings, so different weather, time of day, and such. So we can change it from a foggy day to a sunset, or if we change it onto another one, say Death Valley, it's like a windy day, or a foggy night, you know, that kind of stuff. So really interesting. Some of these maps look really cool. So we're gonna pick probably, we'll just do River Crossing, that works, and we'll just set it during a sunset, because that's gonna look cool. And you can select different lances. Now there's a whole bunch of presets, and they go for the different value budgets. So the Clash, Battle, and War are the light, medium, and heavy, and they have different sort of thoughts about them. The Assault, we sort of like a more front-forwarded attack thing, where something like Support is all about, say, fire support from the back line. We have a Commando to be spotting, and then 2 LRM catapults, and I believe this is an LRM Awesome. So you can have different sort of strategies of how you want to play, which you can easily select through these presets. But what you can also do is completely design your own lance. So if I click on the Commando here, it brings up this whole list of all of the mechs that are currently available in the beta and their value. So this Orion here costs 7.9 million, and we see its stats over here. It's initiative, speed, durability, stability, heat, range, firepower, and melee, as well as all of its appropriate levels of armor. And then we load out here, we can scroll through and see it's got an AC-10 in the right torso, a medium laser in the right arm and left arm, and an LRM-15 and SRM-4 in the left torso. And if we hover over those particular points and let it go, there we go, it will pop up and show us, hey, you know, that left arm has a medium laser. So you can see where things are on the mech, as well as a very nice little description here saying, like, the Orion K is the first true heavy mech. You know, it can survive combined fire, it's slow but powerful, and it gives you a flavor of what that Orion can do. And you can see, like, there's multiple different Orions, but they're set up differently. This Orion here, the K, has more durability. If we look at its center torso, it's 115 structure, 180 armor. Look at this guy's, it's only 160 armor, so he loses 20 points of armor in that center torso. And so you can see what the capabilities of your mechs are. You can also sort them by name, cost, or tonnage, depending on what you want, but probably cost is going to be the most useful one. So you can also change out your pilots, and they all have different skills, which is really cool. So this pilot here, Witness, if we scroll down the list here and find him, he's got an ability called Sensor Lock, which allows him to get a lock on the enemy mech, and then it gets rid of some of their defensive movement modifiers. And they've got a dossier about the mech, a tactician, support pilot, prefers to stay out of thick of combat, so you get an idea of how to use them, as well as their gunnery, guts, piloting, and tactics bonuses, which I know what gunnery and piloting, I'm not sure what guts and tactics do, so I'd have to read the manual, but I didn't because I'm a silly person. But you can go through here, and there's a bunch of different cool abilities, such as like Angel of Death. Your jump is increased by 25%, and you take 50% less damage to your legs when executing a death from above. and say evasive mode. This one I love. We'll get into it when we're playing a match here. Your move action grants evasive 50% chance to dodge all incoming ranged attacks when you just move instead of when you sprint. So there's some really great stuff there. But what we're probably going to do is we're going to pick out one of these heavy groups. I'm not sure which. I'm thinking striker. I think we're going to go aggressive here. And we're going to see, let's say we'll go heavy striker and we'll go against random. Maybe. What random does is it picks from this available list and picks something out of that randomly. And so we have a chance as well to hit both lights and mediums in terms of this. So our heavy lance that is taking the full 25 million could hit a light fire support, and then we would have it assaults versus mediums, and it wouldn't be that much of a fair fight. So I'm going to make sure to just say, we'll just call it heavy assault. We'll just fight a heavy assault lance. That should be fine. We got a heavy striker lance versus a heavy assault lance, and we're going to go on the river crossing map on Sunset, and let's give this a go.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
Pretty quick loading screen here, prepping for combat, and then once it's done loading, you just kind of press down here on the bottom right in order to launch into the game. There we go.
Command interface initiated.
Ooh, we got a nice sunset over this valley. Oh, it's so pretty. You can see sort of the playable area there, sort of denoted by the barren area here, and this is the green. But we can take a look at our forces here. We've got a Kintaro. What we got here? We'll start off with the light. Let's do that. Paradise. He's got a medium laser, CERN 4, medium lasers, so he's a nice sort of mid-range, short-range brawler. We got Buckshot with a bunch of CERN 6s, a pair of medium lasers, and an LRM 5 for a little bit of long-range harass when we're charging up to them. Arclight with medium lasers, CERN 4s. I think we got a theme here of close-in firepower. And then our Victor with AC-20, medium laser, CERN 4, and medium laser. Alright, so we're going to scroll out here, and we need to position our guys. So it's quite simple. You just need to click on your guy, and then select what you want to do. There's attack, move regularly, sprint, which will allow you to sprint further, and also gives you evasive, which, as you see there on the left, 50% chance to dodge all incoming ranged attacks, and unfortunately, you can't fire afterwards, so you gotta sprint and then you can't fire. But you can also reverse your mech if you want to keep your facing, which is good if you, say, want to keep your front armor towards an opponent. And you can jump if your mech has jump jets. And you can see the mech can jump and it can cross various bits of terrain quite easily, but it's going to cost a little bit of heat to do so. And we also have this guy's Paradise, the pilot here. His special thing is even if he does a normal move, he still gets evasive. And then last but not least, we have Brace, which basically gets rid of that mech's actions for the turn and just allows them to entrench and get ready to absorb damage. Now, that light there in the distance is where our opponents are going to be coming from, and we are an attack sort of pushing, brawling lance, so we're going to sprint forward hard. And we can move all of our mechs right now at the same time. That is because we have not spotted the enemy. If we had spotted the enemy, and when we do, we go into a different mode called the initiative system, and it has, I think, five different stages to it, and it all depends on when how fast your mech is. So this light here will be able to move first, then the mediums will be able to move, then the heavies, then the assaults. You can do some modifiers to that. You can maybe have a heavy that has the initiative of a medium, but it loses on certain aspects to it. And you can also get pilots that have skills that, say, increase or decrease their initiative. So you can see here, we've got the 5 turns. Nothing in 5, that would be for something like locusts or really, really fast lights. So 4 is going to be our Jenner. 3 is going to be both our Kintaro and our Quick Draw, and then the enemy heavy, and then the enemy assault along with my Victor. So the Quick Draw is an example of that mech. It's a heavy, yes, but it's got the movement of a medium, so it's in the 3 initiative slot. But we have our first mech here, And thankfully, this guy has the ability where he can be evasive, even if he just does a normal move. So what I can do is I can move him normally, and I can see here, I've got some ability to get line of sight on these guys. So if I scroll in, you can see, if I place my mech just down the hill here, he can't see anyone because he doesn't have a line of sight. However, if I move up a little bit, I'm starting to get more and more line of sight on the opponents. Now, I don't want to push too far, because I don't want to have line of sight on all three of them like this, because they'd all shoot at me. So I'm going to move him around into the water, probably, like this. Try to... oh, there, you just can see one mech. I want to see if I can put him in a place. There, see? He can only see that 50-tonner in the front. That is perfect. So he's going to be able to move. He'll be evasive because of his special ability. And I'll spot this guy. So then I can take a shot at him. So we got a Centurion and a Vindicator, but the Vindicator is going to move out of range as this guy moves up. And now we can take an attack. So we're going to press 1 here, and then we click on this guy, and we're into the shooting phase. So we can see medium lasers, CERM 4s, medium lasers, we're ready to fire, and we see the percent hits, and if we hover over them for a moment, we see what the benefits are and what the negatives are for hitting. So a medium laser is a 70% chance to hit, weapon accuracy is -1, and the target moved gives it +4, so the shot modifier is +3, which makes it a little bit harder. Also, the opponent here has evasive and moved. So you see the moved bonus, that's down here, but the evasive bonus means 50% chance to dodge, as well as only a 70% chance to hit my lasers. So, when I fire these lasers, they're only going to have about 35% chance to hit, which is not that good, but might as well just fire. Lasers can fire as much as they want, and SRM, we have a fair amount of ammo, so might as well fire it off. And our mech is going to shoot, and all the dodges, but the SRMs do land a little bit, and we get some damage done. Now, the enemy is going to move its first mech in this third initiative phase, and he's going to take a fire at my Jenner, but I also have evasive, and I dodge some of that, but I take way more damage than he did. My god. But now I've got my mediums I can use. So I've got Buckshot here in the Kintaro, bunch of SRMs. If I move to here, if I click there, and then I click on this guy, I can see what my percentages will be if I move to that location. So you can see 55, 50%, 75%. If I click here, which is further away, you can see how I only have the LRM5 because it's out of range. You see these different brackets going out, the close one, the medium one, and the long one. So this is a long range shot, this would be a medium range shot, and a short range shot. So if I move up to here, we can see it's just barely within the medium range, which is where the SRMs and stuff are starting to be able to hit. Realistically, SRMs would be nice to be into this range here, while LRMs want that nice long range shot. As you can see, 75% chance even at this range. So I think we're going to move up, and I want to move just like that. See, we got the terrain there cutting off the Vindicator. So we're going to move up, and we're going to take a shot at the Centurion. The Centurion does have cover, which I will show off in a moment here, but might as well take a shot. So you can see here he's in a forest, which provides cover, 25% damage reduction against ranged attacks, and you can see the cover there. So that forest is providing the cover, and he did move, so he's got +2. So you can see the different hover over the medium laser. Is it not going to pop up? Come on, pop up. Alright, never mind. We're just going to fire everything, because why not? Might as well. It's going to cost us a lot of heat, but we need to get some opening salvos on these guys. Yeah, get all that damage, and we've made him unsteady. This is very important for our strategy here. We have a bunch of SRMs and such. Ooh, the miss, the dodges. Yes, took only 4 damage. Go Jenner, go Jenner, go. You can see the bar underneath the mech's heat there. This yellowy bar, and that is showing off the mech's stability. So if I move this guy forward, and I take a shot as well with all my SRMs, just one, but all my medium lasers and SRMs, this guy might fall over, because as he gets hit by weapon fire, his stability goes down, and if I do enough damage to him with stability here, hold the misses. Oh my god. Okay, we hit the pilot. We didn't do enough stability damage. We need to fill up that bar, and then the thing falls over and dies horribly, which is great. The Jenner, dodge, 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 dodge. Get all the dodges in. Go Jenner. We're going to run this guy away. We don't want him to be on the front lines anymore. We're going to get our Victor. He's going to charge up. And I think we're just going to sprint the Victor, because we need to get it into position. We don't have enough time here to dick around. We need to get into short range where I can use my AC-20s and SRMs in use them well. We got the enemy awesome moving into position. And that 75 tonner is probably a... Oh, shit. Our Jenner just got hit. It's not good. Jenner. Jenner. Move. Get out of there. Thankfully, he just has to move and he still has evasive. But we're going to get him out of there as fast as possible and get him to fire again at this Centurion. Got a couple hits. And we've hit the pilot. Very nice. We managed to kill the head. The thing's dead. That's perfect. But hopefully this Centurion is just backing up. Taking a fire at the Victor. Exactly who I want them to fire at, because he was evasive, so he's be able to dodge. And also he's an assault mech. He's got a bunch of durability. But something I can do here is I could reserve a pilot. So if I unselect the pilot, I can reserve. And you can see I can push my pilots up at the top there. They're in 3. I can push them into number 2. So I can save to do all my actions at once. So say I wanted to do something like knock down this mech over here and then take a called shot at its head, I can do so. But we're going to charge in because we can. And this will get us line of fire against this guy. We're starting to get some better ranges here. Let's see. Do I just barely? Oh, look at that difference. From this point here, if we click, we're just outside of short range. But if we click here, we're just inside of short range. And look at those 90% chance to hits on those medium lasers and Zerm 6s. We're doing that.
Let's go.
We're getting that 90% chance. We spot the awesome again, and we can see the difference between the two different types of targeting lines. So this one's a straight line, and we have a visual contact with it. You see this one's an arc. So I can't fire any of my direct fire weapons at this guy. I can only fire an LRM. So we're going to fire at this guy. We're going to cut that LRM-5, but unfortunately, shutdown warning. We can't fire everything here. So we're going to cut probably the medium lasers, and there we go. Gets rid of the shutdown warning, so we don't have to worry about shutdown. We're going to fire all of our SRM-6s, and this is most likely going to knock down the Centurion for the rest of the turn. This is important. Very good. The Centurion is down. We've managed to fill up its stability bar, and it got knocked over. Now, weapons that do the most stability are impact-based ones, like SRM-6s or, say, UAC-20s or things like that. You want to get nice and close. Oh, God. This guy just got wrecked, and he...
Internal structure damage.
That sucks. Maybe I'm playing this horribly.
Yep.
Might die. Oh, we can also melee. But we can also just move right the hell up to this guy. We can only see him, so we'll be in nice cover. We'll be in the water, which will give us nice cooling.
Confirmed.
And we're going to take this Vindicator and just shoot him in the face with everything. Look at that. 85%, 75%. Excellent. Oh, beautiful. Because we're in water, doubles the unit's heat-sinking ability. That's amazing. Let's fire.
All weapons, fire.
And we just wreck his face and cause some stability damage. So yeah, stability is done the most by ballistics and missile weapons. So if you really want to sort of constantly stun a person, you can LRM them to death, or stuff like that. So you got some LRM damage? Yeah, you got some stability damage on the mech. And now, our assault mech.
Waiting for orders.
We can move in here, and we want to move it forward. I want to move it forward, but I also want to take a shot at that Vindy, because it's in a bad position, and we can get our AC-20. We're Bring that AC-20 to bear. Do a lot of damage here. Oh, yes. Hello, little Vindicator. I think I also have a... Nah, just shot modifier. Thought I would have a height modifier. That would be good for me, but nope. I did a lot of damage, got rid of that left arm, popped off his small laser, and now he's unsteady. If we do that again, we'll be able to knock him over. And the 80-ton mech, the Awesome, is moving back there. They really need to rush these mechs forward and start using them to fight, as my guys are going to rip this Vindicator apart, which is great. Paradise, he is done down to just melee, but you can melee in this game. So we're going to tell our little Jenner here to run up to this guy and smack him in the gut with his Jenner, because that's all he can do. Now the opposing team, there, he stood up with his Centurion. Now he's probably going to take a shot. Oh, no, he just fell back into cover. Take a shot at the Kintaro from cover there. The Kintaro does have cover, which reduces some of that damage, which is good. And none of his armor is breached so far, so he's doing okay. But Arclight here, because we're in the water, we're so cold still. We can just take another big old shot at this guy. Everything's still high percentage chance. Just fire. We shouldn't have to worry about hitting our Jenner there, even though it looks like we did. And we just did a bunch of damage and put him down to internals. And he's knocked over. This is great. We can show off called shots here in a moment, as he's knocked over for the rest of the turn. Once he gets up right here. No, he's just going to get up immediately. Damn, I got the turn order wrong. I should have waited until he did his turn and then knocked him over. But at least now, with, I believe, getting up and jumping, can he shoot? He can shoot. Huh. But didn't do as much damage as he needed to, and Paradise is still standing. My god, Paradise. You're going to survive this, man. You're going to survive this. Alright, the Kintaro is going to chase down this Shadowhawk here. Move forward. We are toasty, so we can only really use our... Oh, what can we use? Jeez, we're really hot right now. We will just use our 2 medium lasers. We need to move forward and maybe do a melee, because melee doesn't use any heat and allow us to have a turn where we cool down. Oh, a little bit of damage there, even though it looked like it hit the terrain. And this guy's in cover from the side there, unless they move forward. Ooh, they're taking a fire at the Jenner. Oh, there goes the Jenner. The Jenner is down. I thought I would be able to get one more hit out of him, but unfortunately not. But now we got our Victor here, who... We could move back to get the Vindicator, but I kind of want to leave that to the quick draw. I feel like we need to sprint him. We need to get him into position here, and we need to move up and push in this Centurion, because we can't let him get away. So we're going to sprint forward, we're going to be evasive, which is good. This quick draw is going to end this 45-tonner, hopefully, this Vindicator, and then sprint back to us. And now the enemies are moving. Moving the Awesome. They got to come around this side a fair amount. Take a shot at the Kintaro. Damn. Hits. They're still armored. Haven't broken through yet. And now we're back here. Okay. Let's see. Move. We could just move right the hell beside them and just blow them to smithereens. We don't want to move too far. If the percentages are the same, I'll just move to there, just so I can barely get a view on them. Although I might have wanted to stay in the water, but oh well. It's all good. We're still nice and cool, and we just need to end this guy. Please end him. We hit the pilot's head, but no, he's still alive. Damn it. We'll have to use one more turn with our quick draw. The Centurion, firing on the Victor. That is great. The Victor is in dodge mode and also has tons of armor, so no worries. And Buckshot here. We're going to move forward, hopefully flank this guy, and we got 90% chance on everything. Or we want to melee. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Melee, because then we can cool down this turn. You can see how much heat we're going to lose. Punch! Yeah, Mecha Punch! And that causes a lot of stability damage, so he is ready to get knocked down next turn. As this Vindicator keeps running, He keeps firing at our quick draw. We might just leave the Vindicator. We might just run off to the other side of the map and just say screw the Vindicator. Because we need to watch out for these guys. That 75 tonner, it's a Ryan here, doing a bunch of damage to our left arm. Thankfully, none of our stuff there got damaged. We're going to come around the corner here and just barely be able to turn to be able to see this guy. And now these guys are out of combat. They can't see us. And we're just going to hopefully drop this guy with this shot. Come on. Do this damage. I need it. Large laser is crit out. Excellent.
Critical hit.
And now we are done. Now the awesome needs to move. And it shouldn't be able to move enough in order to see one of my mechs. Oh, unfortunately, it can hit the quick draw from here. Damn. It's getting some spots from its ally over here. So this Vindicator is spotting the quick draw for its ally. But we're gonna run this quick draw down. That's what we need to do. Not quick draw down. We're gonna run the Vindicator down with our quick draw. Now that should be far enough away that it's completely out of view, and we're overheating, so we'll drop the SRM4.
Confirmed.
Drop this guy, please. Not enough. It's okay though. Next Centurion flipped around. It's shooting my Kintaro in the back. Thankfully, I still have some good armor there, and we survived that one backshot turn. But it's okay. We can just spin ourselves around here. Step back a little bit, spin ourselves around. And we've dropped enough heat that we can take a full-on shot here. -1 SRM6. Well, we can do the SRMs if we don't do the medium lasers. Yeah, just all SRMs. He moved, so we can knock him down. And then our Victor here can take a called shot. That's perfect. That's what I want to do. Boom, 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 and then knockdown, please. Yes, knockdown. That's exactly what I wanted. So the pilot got injured from that, and now it's the enemy's turn. They're moving their Vindy, who's just falling back some more, taking a shot at the quick draw. Ooh, opened up my left torso. It's not good. It's got a couple of my medium lasers there. And now the awesome. The heavy's moving, fire some LRMs at the quick draw. It's okay though. Once we get up and around here, we're going to be out of line of sight of those guys, and we'll be fine. But now what we can do is we can... These guys are coming around this way, so we'll move back this way, make it harder for them to get to us, and we'll aim at the Centurion. And what we can do is we can take a called shot. So when an enemy is down like this and we shoot at them, we get this come up and we can choose a location to blow off. So what I'm thinking is we're just going to shoot CT because try to kill him as fast as possible. We could also, if we wanted to, use another mechanic. I think, can I inspire? Wait, no, I don't want to quit. I can't inspire. I need one more good thing to happen to me. When you inspire, you increases their combat prowess for the moment. Unfortunately, I think I moved already, so I wasn't able to inspire. But we're going to fire at that CT with all of our weapons at close range. And the enemy is down on the ground, so hopefully we do a bunch of damage to it. We do. And pilot's killed. He's dead. That's it. He's out. That mech is dead. The mech's not destroyed, but the pilot's dead. So, thankfully, we don't have to deal with him anymore. And come on, quick draw. Just take a couple more shots. That's all you need to do.
Internal damage.
Alright.
Right here.
We're going to take arc light here, and we're going to run them up. Get them into cover, most likely, or probably just get them around the side so that they are out of line of sight from the enemy team. That's what we want. Around the side like that, barely turn enough in order to see. And probably try to end this Vindicator here. So I'm going to overheat. What can we do? How much weapons can we fire? Fire the SRM4. Fire 3 medium lasers. 4 medium lasers? No, just 3 medium lasers. And fire.
Taking the shot.
Left torso got destroyed. CT destroyed! 2 enemy mechs down. And now it's a 3v2. Excellent, excellent.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. Our Kintaro here. We are going to tuck our Kintaro in right over here.
On my way.
Will I be able to fire? Yes, I can fire a LRM at them. So, fire LRM 5.
Affirmative.
A little bit of chip damage there to start off with. These guys are going to come around the corner. But unfortunately, it also put him into targeting range for the enemy heavy.
Waiting for orders.
Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to move to here.
Affirmative.
And we're going to brace. So it's going to remove this unsteady, which is important, so this mech doesn't fall over. And it's going to get rid of a bunch of heat. Give it a turn to cool off. This is awesome. Can see us. Oh god, no. We can only fire one PPC.
Standing by.
Arclight. Get your ass back over here. Sprinting full speed.
Let's move.
Excellent. We need you. And getting you an end turn in the water will give massive heat dissipation. Hopefully. You're in the water, right? Ah, yeah. Completely completely got rid of all the heat there. That awesome. We're going to wait for it to come around the edge here. I'm going to fall back a little bit and spin my mech so to look that way. So that awesome.
I'm there.
Come on around the corner, boy. We want to fight you in short range with all of our SRMs, and we're going to brace, get rid of that heat, and we're going to wait for this enemy to come around the corner, then we're going to alpha strike with both of our mechs. Ooh, ooh. What's this Orion doing?
Good to go.
Interesting.
Commander?
This Orion is doing something silly, I believe. Let's push on this Orion. If he's going to push down here, I know it's evasive. There's a 50% chance to miss, but why not take a shot at him? Yeah, whatever. Some good hits there. Got a fair amount of damage in his leg, actually. Took off all of his armor. Because if he's pushing forward by himself, that's a wrong thing to do. The awesome needed to push forward with him. Now it is. We take some hits in the arm. Unfortunate.
Any more hits like that?
But we're going to just surround this Orion here.
Standing by.
And hopefully we need to get a direct line of sight here. I don't want a line of sight against the... we want to be in short range. Good. We don't want a line of sight versus the awesome. And we want to go against this guy here. Let's see. Let's move on up.
On my way.
And take a shot. Take a shot with everything, why not? He still has evasive, but hey, pretty good chances.
Here we go.
My god, that Orion's a good dodger. But he's unsteady. He's lost evasive. This is good.
Right
So
here.
now, Buckshot can move in here and take a shot. And he won't be able to dodge as much. Put on everything but the Learn 5. And it's going to be hot, but we're not going to be overheating. Fire everything! Hopefully pop that guy's leg. That would be amazing. We knocked him down. Excellent.
Affecting my performance.
He is going to get up again. But I'm going to get up right now. Managed to do some good damage to him. We're just going to try to beat this Orion up before his awesome buddy can come down and do too much damage. The Victor here is going to take the damage for me.
Waiting for orders.
Melee. Doesn't need to. We still have plenty of heat available for our weapons. But can I move to that would make it better? We can move to where the awesome can't see me. That's good. And we can maintain the same fire chances. Let's move back. Take a shot. Yes! Got that leg. Knocked him down again. And he's not going to get up until after both my heavies move next turn. Or I guess my medium and my heavy. That's great. That means that I can take 2 called shots before he gets up. So hopefully I should be able to end him in the next turn. If that guy's just evasive. He just ran forward. He didn't shoot. So I can march right up and I can take called shots on this guy right here. Oh. But I'm going to be so hot. But we have to do it. Or can I do it from here? Called shot with just the lerm. No, no. The guy's body blocking. Look at that. I can see the awesome, but I can't see the Orion through the awesome. That awesome moved forward to body block. That is so cool. Alright, we're going to move forward slightly here. We need to get to where they're both straight lines. We'll put her there.
You say so.
And we're going to take a called shot against that Orion. We're going to call on the CT. And how much do we have to drop here from this fire? Do we not overheat? We want to fire as much as possible. Looks like an SRM-6 and a medium laser without overheating. We're just so hot. But we do get the called shot, which is good. Some good damage. Excellent.
I'm melting in here.
Sorry about that. We're keeping it low. We're trying to do our best. And what you could do is you could do a call. You can do a call melee, or you could just stomp on his face. You know, because that is amazing. But I think you have plenty of heat in order to do, oh my god, 100% chance to hit. Oh my god, that's amazing. Go quick draw, get into range, called target, 100% chance. We're going to drop one of the medium lasers, and we'll still be able to fire everything else. Or can we just drop the... Okay, we'll fire the Storm 4s.
Attacking from position.
Finish him, finish him, finish him. Left torso destroyed. Oh, we did some good damage. That guy's finally going to get up. But he is hurting, and I think he's going to go for a punch. Is he going for a punch? Yes. Or a ram. Ooh. The damage. And now our quick draw here is unstable. So it may fall down the next turn. But now we're going to cool off here. We'll go for a punch on the Orion. We need to finish this guy. Get him off the battlefield. Yes! Right to the CT. Exactly what we wanted. And now the awesome. Oh, is it going for a punch as well? We're just turning this into mecha punch thing.
I'm doomed. Doomed.
Precision strike. It is with the small laser. That's okay. Okay, it's my turn again.
Right here.
Now we're gonna punch this guy again. Come on, we gotta punch him to death. Our mechs are so hot. And he's knocked down. The pilot's injured again. And now Arclight. We're gonna cool you down as well. Stomp on his face. And then we're all gonna twist around and alpha strike into this awesome. He's so close to dead. Only 10 points left in his CT. But all my mechs are about to fall over too. Oh, this is intense. Boom! Right into the Victor, and the Victor is gonna tumble. It's no good. Alright, get up, girl. You're not gonna let this guy get in your way. And now,
Back on my feet, Commander.
You're gonna blast him just to hell.
All weapons are go.
Woo! CT destroyed! Enemy down! And he's dead. And all we have left is this single awesome that's right beside us. And now he's like, oh shit, I'm out of here. He's backing up. Gets into cover, takes a precision strike against our quick draw. But it's still rocking. And we are just kicking ass. We can actually move into the water and get a shot on him. That is good. That'll keep us nice and cold. Or do I want to do that with buckshot? Yeah, let's move into the water and get a shot on him. That counts as water there. That's good. Or can I flank him completely? Ooh, that's excellent. I want to flank him. And now, with my extra heat dissipation, I can fire everything. Fire! Oh, I don't need to fire the Learn 5. Fire everything but the Learn 5! Yes! Wreck that rear torso!
I'm melting in here.
Now I think we can do it. We can inspire, which uses up the morale bar. We get morale when good things happen, like when we take down enemy mechs. Let's try to end it.
Show me your war face.
Yeah, show me your war face. We'll get her around here and just barely be able to see the enemy mechs. That's able to see it? I guess it is. Alright. We need to move around the mech's back, and then we can fire into its back center torso, and hopefully we can end this guy. We can fire with absolutely everything because we're in the water, we're nice and cold.
Understood.
Kill it! Boom! Left torso destroyed, left arm destroyed. So much damage done, and he's knocked down. And our Victor here can now just mosey on up and take a nice called shot on his face. Oh, he got up! Damn it. He got up in time. But he's so weak. Ramming into my Kintaro.
I'm gonna die.
And then he's gonna fire that small laser. But he missed.
My mech's going over.
No, the knockdown. It should be done though. We should be able to end this with Showboat here. No, all the injuries my pilots are receiving.
Waiting for orders.
And we're just gonna march right up to this guy in the back and just blast him to smithereens. And that should be it. Come on. You can do this. He's right in front of you. His back is open. Dead! And we win. And now, after you're done a successful mission, you can hit the action report, and it takes you to a post-game debrief of how you did and what mechs you're still alive. So we can see our team here. It took us a total of 36 minutes and 35 seconds to play this in 12 rounds. And our Jenner, sadly, got completely wrecked. Our Kintaro, still holding together all that left arm and left torso, we're starting to get wrecked. And although all the weapons were still functional, Arclight with our quick draw and Victor, the Showboat, just absorbs so much damage, which is great. One thing I'd love to see here is I want to know how much damage these guys took. I want to know how much damage they dealt. You know, what was their average hit percentages, all that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch more stats I'd love to see over here. Be able to pilot, like, say, go over a pilot, say, give me a bunch of general stats of, like, overall damage done and overall damage taken and hit accuracy and stuff like that. And when I pan over a pilot or a mech, give me detailed stats about that one particular mech so I can see who performed well. And then we can also look at the enemy forces. And of course, they're all dead, except this one mech. We managed to kill this mech without actually killing the pilot, which is cool. So we would be able to salvage that mech most likely if this was a campaign mission, I assume. And then the awesome here, we literally just destroyed all of them. The entire mech is destroyed across the torso. We just had legs and a head left. Oh, wow. Excellent. And then no neutral forces, but I assume there would be neutral forces at some point in the game. And continue, and if you wanted to, you can do a survey, but we're going to cancel on that for now. But that is it for what's available in the Battletech backer beta. So I think it's fun. This is looking forward to be a really fun game. It's an entirely different cadence than what MechWarrior Online has, because MechWarrior Online is a shooter interpretation of a tabletop game, where this is basically a one-to-one simulation of tabletop in a computer. It's beautiful. So I'm going to do some more matches on this game. I'm going to put them out on the channel. We're going to do some stuff, like I'm going to try to take like a medium strike sort of thing. Medium striker, and I'm going to try to take care of a heavy assault lance sort of thing. I'm going to try to do some challenge runs and entertain myself with the limited options we have available. And that's another thing. Give me an unlimited. I want to go 4 Atlases versus 4 Atlases, because why not? But that's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching, and good hunting.